Hello and welcome to bluemoonanalytics.com. This is an older version of the site that I worked on while at Blue Moon Analytics. My job was to migrate the site from your standard, typical HTML, CSS, JavaScript to a serverless single-page application written in Clojure script using reagent and reframe. And reagent is basically a Clojure script dependency that uses React. So it's very similar to React. I think it compiles to React. And then the state management is reframe. And I don't know how close that is to Redux. But yeah, that is what is used was used to develop the site. And you notice that I'm on localhost. And I have this running through Figwheel. And I was given permission to show the site in a demo and also use the code on my GitHub. And yeah, I got rid of all of the personal information for the people that I worked with. So yeah, let's get into the nitty-gritty. So this site is the first website I used I used Clojure script, reagent, reframe, JavaScript framework, and state management. So I had a lot to learn while migrating this, and I had a whole new programming language. I didn't know functional programming really at the time of starting this, but this, I got it done. And as we can see, most of the site is just HTML, CSS, very, very basic pages. What we used for writing out the HTML is for the components is Hiccup, and it's just a different style of writing out HTML. Works really well with functional programming, worked really well with Clojure reagent, so I definitely like working with Hiccup. But yeah, we can change the page here, and this nav bar was very difficult. Just manipulating the DOM in general without reloading the page, single page applications, it was all new to me, so happy I got that working. And if we go to subscription, we can see that we have a whole bunch of details about pricing and subscription costs and licenses. But if we go down, this is something that I developed after the site was migrated, and it basically is just a way to calculate what your total cost is going to be based on what you're interested in purchasing or your payment plan frequency. So if we go to monthly, and then maybe we want full moon. Oh, but we need 2 licenses for full moon, so we change that. Say we want 12 managers, 20 licenses. Let's not include the risk module. And you know what? I'd prefer full moon, and actually I'd prefer annually. So as you can see, just very easy to use, real time. It changes, gives you the calculations, and does all the work for you. You don't need to understand every bit of text on this page. So I thought that's a pretty nice, useful tool. So yeah, just a quick look at mobile. There are some problems with it. I didn't have much time with the site, so definitely some things that I can tweak. Also, something that I noticed that's broken now are the icons. The icons used to work. We used to have nice looking icons here, and it's messed up on live too. So I'm not quite sure what's going on with that, but normally we had icons here, and it looked very nice. I was really proud of making this mobile menu. And yep, as we can see, we can go to the team page. We can go to, where is it? Subscription costs. You can see my pricing tool there, landscape as well. The whole site looks pretty good. You can go on tablet also. There you go. Very nice. And yeah, so very responsive. So last but not least is the blog portion of the website. And I saved this for last because it was definitely the most complicated aspect of the site that I had to work on and figure out. So as I said earlier, the site is a serverless single page application, and the whole serverless aspect of that made it very difficult to create a blog, and I had a lot of trouble figuring it out. And basically we decided as a team to just get together and meet about it because none of us actually knew if it was possible. So we all just got together and just brainstormed how we could come up with a way to get a blog working on the site. And we came up with a pretty simple, I would say it's not too complicated way of doing so. So when the site gets updated by our web host, it compiles again. And when the site compiles, it compiles with the backend closure. So while the site is being built, we can use Clojure, and we used Clojure to generate a Clojure script file that contains all of the blog information in a map that we can now access on the front end. So once the site is compiled, we can just go through this newly generated Clojure script file, and we have all of the blog information. These are all the tags and all the blog information, the blog bodies and everything. It's all written in separate markdown files that are generated. So if we click here, we can see the author, date, some tags. We got our header, and then we can see that the markdown is showing. We actually use a markdown to HTML like dependency that just does that. Converts markdown to HTML, and then to make it look really clean, because there was a lot of escape characters for any of the punctuation, apostrophes, and all that. I had to go through, create my own function to clean up the text to get rid of the escape characters. And we have a clean blog, a nice sidebar, and yeah, that's all the work that I had done. I can show you the footer, it works. That's all the work that I have done with the Blue Moon Analytics website. Hope you guys enjoyed.